If you can prove satellites, what?
If I can prove satellites can only
Come
orbit,
on,
because
Brenda.
what I'm saying to you, Jedi, is that if we can agree that satellites exist, then we can move forward with the argument. If we can
Yeah,
say
but
that,
you
No,
can't
hold on.
listen.
Sorry, hold on. I want you to define satellite for me, because a satellite can be anything in a circular path.
okay,
Yeah.
do you want my definition or
Yeah.
Google
What?
definition?
What's so?
Never
Let's put
prove.
it like this, Mike. Hold on. Let's put it like this. What's so special about
Do I gotta make
satellites?
it a 1v1? What?
No, you don't have to. Of course you don't. You can if you want.
I was trying to politely crack this guy's head, but you know.
Yeah, you can politely crack it, but
Fuck
I'm trying to get down
Hey,
to
listen,
the fucking
dog.
point, man.
Listen. You've been AWOL. Listen, you do the damn thing. I need more snacks, man. I got too high today. I'll be back.
Yeah, don't go far because it's your argument.
Fuck
I just want to
that.
help
You're
you.
here now, damn it, and it's break time. I might have to drive to town to get them
So,
fucking
what- yeah.
donuts, man.
Awesome. So, what's the main contention with satellites? What do they do? What's fucking special about them?
They're
Where
in
are they?
orbit. They're in
Where
orbit.
are they? Where are they?
They are in orbit.
That's a circular path. They're in a circular path. That's awesome. So, where are they?
They are in orbit above
In
the
a
Earth.
So, in a circular path above the Earth, or you're already invoking a radius value.
How do you invoke a radius value?
Well, at the moment, we're going around a sphere. So, you're saying satellites go in orbit around a sphere, where we're pointing out you can travel around in a circle in the sky. You can call that an orbit if you want.
Okay, so Jedi.
So, what's special about satellites?
Right, Jedi, I'm trying to get there. So, if we say satellites, like I believe satellites exist because they provide communications in my day-to-day life.
Dude, we just covered for you 5 minutes ago how that's all done by land. You didn't need satellites. Like, do you fucking listen to anything?
None of that is true.
Nathan, you didn't
Glowfish,
prove something
Glow
far
Ninja.
enough, well enough to change
Battle
my
Spartan
idea.
just covered how 98% of information is moved through fiber optic cables, not in the sky.
He never
but-
He never gave me a citation.
What do you mean gave you a citation? Go look it up yourself, you numpty.
That's inaccurate.
It's not how citations work.
That's the whole citation. Why didn't you bring it up? Why didn't you have any contention there? Now you're going to say, oh, well, we have to have metal
Because
boxes.
we were
floating around the
we were
ball
talking
Earth.
about theory at that point.
What's the other
You're a
2%?
loser, bro. You're just here to waste everyone's time. You're a loser. You can't
Nate,
even remember what we were just
That's a good
talking
question.
about
What is
5
the
minutes
other
ago.
2% that's not fiber optic?
Well, there's multiple things that it could be.
I take your sources, Nathan.
What do you citate my source? The Corona program. Go look it up. Do you know what it is?
But what's the other 2%?
I just told you. Do you know what the Corona program is? Ballistic.
No, you said probably. You didn't tell me what it was.
He asked for a citation. Okay. I'm not
not
sure.
how
I
citations
don't run the fucking communication network, you retard. So you want me to tell you definitively exactly what it is? Go fucking talk to the people who run all that stuff. I'm telling you what it could be. What it could
Nathan,
be
you're
is
speculating.
ballistic. No, ballistic. Do you know what the Corona program is? Because I'm going to ask you to tell me what it is.
It's not the other 2%.
You do not know, right?
It's not
You
the other
don't know,
2%.
right, Ballistic? You don't know what it is, right?
It's not the
Told
other
you I don't.
2%.
Hey, Big Mouth, shut up. I'm talking to Ballistic. You
All
got
right,
something for
he
me?
asked
We'll
you a
talk
question
after.
about what the other
Hey, you got
2%
something
was.
for me? You got something
Ask
for me?
the
We'll
fucking
dance after,
question.
okay? Hey, Ballistic, Big Mouth.
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
know
right.
what anything is.
Answer the other question.
hear
What's
me?
the other
No
2%?
one's talking to you. Shut up, okay? I'm talking to Ballistic. It's one-on-one right now. It's me and him. We're chatting.
Okay.
Ballistic,
Well, it was
real
fucking
quick.
me, but whatever.
I would
Real
say,
quick.
hold up. I think it's got to be set up with the referee if it's one-on-one.
Well, no, I'm asking him a direct question.
Yeah,
I don't
it
need
hasn't
anyone
been
to
set
interrupt.
up as
Okay?
one-on-one.
I don't need anyone to interrupt.
This is
That's
just
all.
open.
So everyone,
this is
shut
open
up. Okay?
discussion.
I don't need anyone to interrupt. Shut up. Ballistic, real quick. You don't know what the Corona program is. Do you know what electrodynamic tethers are?
I think he
I do
asked
not.
you a direct question about what
Please,
the other
everyone
2% was.
Shut up. I just asked everyone to not interrupt. Ballistic, do you know what electrodynamic tethers are?
Nathan, I think we have reached a problem in
Is
your
that a
ability
no?
to
Is that a
follow
no,
logical
Nathan?
conversations.
Is that a no, Nathan? I don't know what the Corona program is. I don't know what electrodynamic tethers are. Is that what you're trying to say? Just be clear.
What is your straw man argument here that I might not know
I'm not
something?
strawmanning any argument you don't have. You don't know how the other 2% works, and I'm trying to tell you how it could work, but you have no fucking clue what I'm talking. You have no
Here's
clue
the
what I'm
problem.
talking about. That's
The problem
problem.
is, hold on, sorry, the problem is we've red herring away from the original question about satellites and what I say fucking important and provable. That's what we've done.
Okay. But
So why are satellites proving a ball? My question is, where are satellites?
you can witness them in the night sky.
They're in the sky. So things in the sky don't prove a ball. Why do satellites
Yes, they
prove a
can.
ball? Where are the satellites apart from the
Deadeye.
sky? Where are the satellites?
What satellite would you like to know? Which one?
Anyone? Let's talk. Himawari. Where's that?
Let me pull up the trackers.
What is the medium it is in?
What?
Water. Gas. What's it in?
What's it matter?
But the satellite?
Does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
Let's find out.
That's okay.
Let's find out. Where's the satellite? What's it in?
What's it matter?
What satellite again?
This is the skull.
Himawari. No, this is trying to find out everything about what you are saying about your claim. Where's the satellite?
I can't seem to find that satellite.
Well, it sounds like sea lining, or you want to have him run down a whole bunch of information that really doesn't have anything to do with the actual problem.
What is the satellite in? What is the medium it is in?
I can't seem to find that satellite. But here's the important thing, Jedi, is that I can give you an exact location to probably 10 square mile plus or minus of where a satellite is, and I can give you that information within 5 seconds of when it should be there. You can then look outside and tell me as you see a blinking light streak across the night sky. And if you can show me that a non-changing, always happening jet stream is possible, then we run into a problem because the jet stream and the weather patterns.
Never mention jet streams or weather patterns.
This was originally Battlestar's or Battlespartan's argument that you chose to join into, so we were going off his premise.
At the moment, we've just got a repeatable light in the sky.
Right. Can you explain repeatable lights that are not satellites?
Airplanes.
Okay, perfect. Anything else?
And anything else that's motorized.
Okay,
So it's technology that you can make to do this. There you go.
perfect. Okay. I'm under the
Wait,
impression
I got a
that
question real quick. I don't mean to
Nathan,
interrupt,
that's
but
not
you
appropriate at
said
this
you
moment.
thought-
You asked everyone to respect a one-on-one conversation between yourself and I. Now you have to respect a conversation between Jedi and I.
Moderator.
Hey, Jedi, can I ask you a question?
Moderator.
I am the moderator at the moment. I'm letting the conversation go. He is right. I did have to bring it back to my original question. Nathan, I've got you. Give me a second, mate. Let me hear his answer and you can jump in.
So Jedi, so I had to reach this conclusion with Battle Spartan. So let me reach this conclusion with you. Do you believe satellites exist?
Again, what are satellites?
So, all right. Do you want my definition, or would you like the Webster definition?
A definition of what satellites are goes back to my original question. Because
Right,
if we're just
here.
talking about things moving in the sky that come back again on a circular path, then there are things in the sky that you can get to go on a circular path. How
Right.
does that prove Earth spinning in space?
No problem. So a satellite is an artificial body placed in orbit around the Earth or Moon or another planet in order to collect information or for communication. Second definition is a celestial body, such as the Moon, orbiting the Earth or another planet. The third definition, something that's separate from or on the periphery of something else, but nevertheless dependent on or controlled by it.
But all right. I mean, I can point to other definitions of orbit. I stated one earlier.
What the whole point of this conversation is to say that the orbiting satellites cannot exist on a flat Earth.
Why?
Orbiting satellites do exist. This
Why?
means that the Earth is a ball.
Sorry. Why can't things go around in a circle in the sky above a flat surface?
Perfect. Okay. Weather balloons do not have the ability to resist 600 miles an
Why
hour.
do you keep bringing up weather balloons?
Okay. that was the most commonly cited idea of a satellite. Can you replace that idea with something?
Solar powered drones.
Can you cite one solar powered drone for me?
Not right
burden
off
of
the top my head.
reversal fallacy,
Right
fallacy, Jedi.
Quite
Burden of
you.
reversal fallacy.
Listen, why do we got to replace satellites? Satellites don't prove a globe. Why are we even
Satellites
wasting
can.
time? No, they
Satellites
can't.
by themselves cannot prove a globe, but the orbit a satellite has can prove the
No,
globe.
that doesn't prove anything. First, listen.
Yes, it
If
can.
you could verify, we'll give you another if because you got 30 fucking ifs in your entire argument. So we'll give you another if. If and when you can go verify that they are orbiting around a sphere, you won't need to argue satellites. So why don't you get to that and get the fuck off us with a non sequitur?
Yeah, and I have a question for you, Ballistic, because you said you had a contention with someone saying the jet streams were continuous.
That they never change at all. Yes.
Oh, they
If the
never
jet
change.
stream- yeah.
So
If
you think our argument is that the jet streams never change?
That's what was stated. Well, yes, that's what I think. Is that if the jet streams varied, right, then satellites would not have an equalized orbit or a predictable orbit. And if I can predict where a satellite is within 10
you can
seconds,
predict it, but you can't verify it. So what good is your
you
prediction?
can verify where a satellite
you
is. If
can't.
I Google, yes,
Listen,
you
bro.
can.
Where is it?
Google, I know you Google everything, bro,
Hey,
and you read
I'm
it
gonna
to
tell
us
you like
real
it is.
time because you don't understand any of
My
this.
cousin's in the Air Force. He was the air traffic controller for space. He was in control of Fairlight. I asked him, could he verify a satellite? You know what he told me? And he's got a master's degree and a PhD. He said, I can't verify any of that shit, Mike. I'm just reading data on a computer screen.
Yeah, and it's all cartoons on the internet, Ballistic.
So,
you
right,
guys
right.
watch
Here you are.
cartoons
Here
for
you
labor.
are, an undergraduate with no acumen, no degree. Do you have a degree? Can you verify this? You said you can
Yeah,
verify.
I can.
So you can get on your phone and look at data. Is that absolute verification?
See, I can do it two ways.
Yes or no?
Michael,
Don't call me Michael. You don't know me.
I think you said
All right.
yes.
No, data on the screen isn't verification.
right,
Oh,
but that's
why not?
you're
And I'll
pushing
give you
me.
another. I'll give you another thing.
Wait,
that's
hold on,
not
hold on.
verification.
Let me respond. Let me
You
respond.
can view an object.
Let
in
me
the sky.
respond.
No, I'm
You
not
can-
done.
What you can do is you can go outside with your phone, look up a satellite tracker, find a satellite that's going to go over your head, and watch
That
as
doesn't
a
verify
satellite goes
it
over
is
your
what
head.
it said. Listen, that's not a 100%.
What would it be?
Yeah,
Oh
it's-
my
That
God.
is-
I
that
don't
is
have to
verification.
tell you what it is. It's not a verification. It is what they say it is.
it
Yeah,
is
but
How's
he
that
is
not a
parroting global
verification?
religion. You got to give him
It's
credit.
not. Listen,
Battle.
it is.
Listen, you got to give
It
him
is
credit. He
verification.
is. You
That's
look
a
at
naturally
man-made
observed
phone.
phenomenon.
It's
That
not
is a
a natural-
verification.
Hold
Not
on,
with an
hold
app.
on. Sorry, how's that a naturally observed phenomena? Man-made thing goes across the sky.
Naturally
but he
observing
tracks
an
it with a
event with
man-made
my
phone,
eyes.
guys, and the data matches up. So the correlation is the proof. even though-
correlation is not causation, Nathan.
Actually, causation
but-
is correlation, though.
No, it
Actually,
is
no,
not.
it isn't.
Shut the fuck up, dum dum.
Thanks, dude.
Causation is causation, correlation is
Right.
correlation. That's
There's-
like
there's
two
causation.
different
Hearing
words.
conversations about
Hold on,
There's
correlation.
causation,
two
there
There's
will
an
be
different,
exact
correlation.
two
argument.
different words with two different meanings.
Logical
One means-
reason
Don't have
isn't
different
concrete.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All right, I got a one-on-one debate with Battles Ball Sticks, whatever his name is. Can you prove gravitational orbits with scientific demonstration? Yes or no? Do you
Not to the
accept
point
it?
where you're going to accept any data. So no, you're just going to keep
Oh,
circling
oh,
it. You're just
you
going to
can't
keep
verify
Oh,
circling
that's
it.
a
any
Hitler
data.
fallacy. He's a Hitler, so I'm not going to debate him and present my evidence.
So no offense, but data on your telephone screen isn't correlation anyway. I went outside.
That's how I fail to understand. You're saying that if I look
can't
up
fucking
something,
finish. That's why,
Okay.
motherfucker. You can
Or-
look up and see an object. I can tell you, hey man, it's like Noble Drew Ali and the fucking crescent moon. So you accept his religion because he predicted a crescent moon?
No.
You accept that a god is real because Noble Drew Ali predicted a crescent moon. We can look in the sky, we can say this thing moves at this speed. They say it moves at this speed. And that's not a verification. You can say it is. I verified. I seen it. It's going that fast. But you didn't tangibly touch the thing and verify it actually is what they said it is. It could have been a post hoc
Yeah,
prediction.
you don't
When
have to
they-
tangibly touch things to
Brenda,
verify
don't
them.
interrupt me, motherfucker. Yes, you do. Shut the fuck up.
No, you don't.
No, you
yes,
don't.
you
have to.
do.
No, you
It
don't.
depends what we're
If you
verifying.
interrupt me again, and you'll be on the ban list again. It's that simple. I don't interrupt you, man. I can't listen. We open the platform to you. You could at least afford us the opportunity to speak. Christ, what are you,
No.
fucking barbarians?
I mean, but you don't give us that same.
I do
You
when
don't
it's.
do
I
that.
give people what they give me. Ballistics, he cuts me off every time I start talking. So why the hell would I be respectful to him? You tell me. Respect is given where respect is gotten.
And he runs away from debates like a coward.
Yeah, that's not true.
You make
Just
an
challenged him to a
assertion.
debate 60 seconds
You
ago,
make
and
an
he said no.
assertion when person wants to take it to its complete logical end. You cut them off. What the fuck? If you don't want to answer, don't make an assertion. If you don't want to make a rebuttal, don't come to a debate. If you want to assert your truth, then go make you a fucking physics forum and post that video on YouTube, motherfucker. If you want a monologue, have a fucking speech at a motherfucking college. Don't come to a debate forum. In a debate forum, it's back and forth.
All right, so stop monologuing
Okay.
and get to the point.
Can we have
I've-
back and forth then?
Listen here, bitch. Don't tell me what to do. You're on my platform.
I've spoken
Can,
at
can we have
college
back
before.
and forth then?
I'm
Yeah,
about done
Brenda, what do
playing
you
with
want to
that
say
one.
So-
pertinent to the conversation?
The battle's
Go ahead.
pardoned.
Wait, hold on,
Um,
Bells. Brenda wants to say something pertinent to the conversation. What do you want to say, Brenda?
If you wouldn't mind, can I just finish this one comment and I'll leave?
Sorry,
You'll
I'm going to have to
afford
start.
you.
Sorry, hold on. I'm going to start moderating this conversation. Brenda, did you have something to say?
No, I didn't.
Didn't think you did. All right, so stop trying to moderate the conversation.
I wasn't trying to.
No.
I didn't say anything.
Not you. See, nobody can actually listen and actually understand what's being said. Obviously, not you. My
Right.
God, Michael, who are these fucking people? Right, so we're
I
having a
don't know.
conversation about. I don't know, mate. So we're having a conversation about what
Hey,
specifically?
I just want to say this.
So
Truth be told, I like Brenda. I'll afford Brenda the opportunity to speak. That's all. As long as it's not when you're cutting me off. Sorry for cutting you off, Ballistics.
all right. So you were saying that because I cannot go out and touch the satellite, I can't verify it.
It's not a 100% verification. You want to say correlation is. Okay, it's not a concrete verification. You haven't looked. Listen, first off, you don't know what the satellite looked like before they launched it in space. And you can't go up there and verify, yup, that's what they said they launched. It is what they said it is. It moves at the speed it is, and here it is. It is what they say it is. So you can say you verified it through correlation all you want, but that's not a 100% absolution. It's not concrete.
Okay.
That's my
Um,
assertion.
And it's not scientific evidence of anything. Ballistic. Loser. What a loser. Do you think that globe was proven with science and you're still trying to go do non-science, pseudoscience, like a fundy zealot who wants to live on a spinning ball so bad? He's
We've
got a
been
good
on a
reason.
subject for an hour that we told him absolutely doesn't prove the globe unless you can verify 100%
I never got a
the sphere.
So
It's been repeated, and you
Okay.
said, well,
well, one sec.
yeah.
One sec. So is the moon real?
He not only can validate
Is the
that,
moon real?
he
That's
he
where
not
we're at
only
now
can
with
validate
can't-
that satellite, Mike.
Wait,
he
let me
can't, he
let me
can't
finish
validate
my
it, and it's in
moderator.
Narnia.
Moderator. Moderator.
The
Not
moon
even
is-
able to finish
listen,
my
the moon
sentence.
is-
Ballistics, my friends, please, really, it's hard to try and moderate you now. Stop now calling for moderation whilst you are interrupted, and calling for moderation isn't help the conversation. So
Is it
just
a
let him
one-
Why don't
fucking
you
speak.
moderate it then, Jedi?
No.
Is it a one-on-one Jedi?
Hold on. Do I have to now approach you,
No.
Negator? Shut up.
Well, if
You
you're
already-
going to let
you
QE run
already-
over
you
everybody, then you're not
already-
moderating.
hold on. You already made yourself look a fool earlier when you said Brenda had something to say when she didn't. Now shut the fuck up.
I just had a question for Ballistic about his
Oh,
satellite.
I'm answering a question currently.
just had a-
with-
I have
I'm
a question.
answering a question already.
I have a
Please-
question.
Please
you're
hold
begging
your
the
question.
Can
until
we get a
we finish
moderator
the
in
first
here,
question.
Jedi?
You're begging
Can
the
you moderate
question.
QE?
I want
Shut
to
up,
finish my
George.
first question.
Loser.
I did
I
that,
want to-
Negator.
Yeah. Hey, now you said the satellite.
want
You
to
can not
finish
only
my
validate it.
first
Shut
question.
your fucking mouth. You can not only validate the satellite. It's in a second law of thermodynamics violation with train wrecks, the whole thing. It's a moot point. Can't exist in Narnia. Thank you.
Could you explain how satellites violate the second law, please?
Entropy.
Please, Quantum, I've never heard you speak about this. Quantum, please, if you could, please just speak about how it's a second law.
I'd just like to know how satellites violate the second law.
It's not the
I'd like to-
satellites. It's where they're at.
And I'd like to know how a shoe is a naturally occurring phenomenon, Brenda.
Yeah, it's not the satellite. It's where they're at is the second law of thermodynamics violation. It's satellites in Narnia. Narnia doesn't exist and the satellite's not there. Follow the logic?
Yes, I understand. How did you show that where they're at doesn't exist?
You need constant energy.
Where they're at doesn't exist. It's a
Yeah,
second
how
law
did
of
you show that?
thermodynamics violation. Either the satellite's in Narnia or somebody's fucking lying.
Well, how did you show that they're...
How did I
Narnia-
show? Because
how
it's a
did you
second
show
law of
that-
thermodynamics violation.
No, but how did you show that where the satellites are at is a violation of the second law?
How did I show? But like for the past 4.5 years, you mean that? How did I show? Because you can't have gas pressure without a container. That's why.
You can't have a gas
yeah.
pressure. You can't have a gas pressure without containment. I understand.
That's right.
I
And
accept
currently
that.
we have gas pressure without containment next to a vacuum.
The globe model says that there is containment.
The globe model says there is no globe model. It's a reification fallacy, and there is no containment. Where's the container?
The containment is gravity.
Container.
No, you said containment.
No, I didn't. I said container.
The gas is contained by gravity, which creates a gravity well.
Gravity doesn't exist. That's bullshit. Which gravity?
Gravity is a natural phenomenon that is observed.
Gravity. Which gravity? Number one, even if you invoke Newtonian, I wouldn't do that, by the way. You get an ass whooping.
Have you done a single experiment to prove your
Even if
points?
it was,
Jimmy?
it
Just
doesn't
one.
matter. If Newtonian gravity, I can give you everything you want of Newtonian. I can give you everything you want of Einstein gravity. It at 1,000 times each.
No,
It
I
still won't
understand.
affect entropy 1 iota.
No, I understand that you have forbidden talking
One
about
iota.
Newtonian, but under Einsteinian gravity concept, it creates a gravity well that contains.
Sure, it does. That's a cool
Gas
story. You
within
want to
it.
scientifically validate that?
A gravity
That's
well.
An outcome. It's an outcome of the
In what?
Einsteinian field equations. Yes.
You don't know what Einstein field equations are, for fuck's sake.
So what
Give
they
me the
do?
metric tensors.
So what they do is they create.
Number
they
one,
create,
I don't care.
Distortion of
Einstein field
space-time
equations can only fucking account
Oh.
for one or zero masses. Number one. Number two, it violates Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Number three, it doesn't affect gas 1 iota. You're finished.
Why doesn't it affect gas?
Why doesn't it affect? Because it doesn't. Because
No,
it doesn't
that's-
exist.
That doesn't.
finish
expl-
his
gas has
sentence?
matter. Gas has
It doesn't
mass.
exist.
Gas has
It
mass.
doesn't exist. Gas has mass. Define mass.
Yes. Mass is resistance to inertial acceleration.
No, that's inertia. Resistance
no.
to inertia?
No, it's
No, I
resistance.
don't think so.
You didn't hear me. Mass.
Yes,
is
I did. You said resistant to inertia.
No, that's not what I said. It's
That's exactly what you said.
No, it's not. It's resistance to
That's
inertial
exactly what you
acceleration.
said, moderator.
Mass
Moderator,
is
that's
a
exactly what
numerical
you said.
measure of the resistance to acceleration.
Put
which
some
is
math in a
inertia.
jar and paint it red.
Mass is the resistance measured numerically.
You could say it over and over again. That's inertia.
Yes. No, it's the resistance to acceleration, which is
Are you trying to
No, that's
brainwash?
inertia.
Right, and mass
There's
is the
resistance to
numerical
acceleration.
mass is the numerical measure of the amount of inertia.
Numerical
something has.
measure.
It's
Oh,
conferred.
sorry.
It's
How-
conferred
how
by
is-
the, it's
sorry,
conferred by the Higgs field.
Brenda, how is a mathematical convention physically doing something?
Mathematical convention. It's not a mathematical convention.
Yes, it is. It's the amount of stuff quantified.
No, it's not an. What are you talking about?
Or the amount of resistance. Depends
Yeah.
how you want to determine. Or the amount of resistance to resistance of a convention to the amount of stuff in stuff. So how is
Right.
this mathematical convention supernatural, physically acting on something?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Can you measure
Well,
the
we're looking for
resistance?
we're talking about physical things and physical nature.
Yeah,
You're
so am
talking
I.
about at best conventions,
No,
at
I'm
best
talking about physical things.
concepts. No, you're talking about concepts and conventions.
No, I'm not.
Concepts
I'm
and
talking about
conventions
physical
can't
things.
physically
Yeah,
do
you
things.
are. Yeah, you
I'm
are.
talking about physical things.
No, you're not.
Mass is not physical? Is mass
No,
physical?
it's not. It's a concept. Nope.
Mass is not physical.
Jedi, can you please allow?
No, for the third time.
But that's amazing that you think that mass is not
Isn't it?
physical. That's absolutely amazing.
Well, you didn't
For
offer
the
any-
fourth time.
You
Are
can't even
gonna-
define it.
I did already.
No, you didn't.
Mass
not the
is the
definition.
numerical measure
No,
of,
it's
of
not.
the resistance to acceleration
That's
of an
inertia.
object.
For the fifth time.
Yes, it's a measure of inertia.
Oh, that's inertia.
No.
Mass isn't a measure of inertia.
Yes,
for
it
fuck's
is.
sake.
It's a yes,
They're
it
both
is.
concepts.
Lots of red
Yeah.
is a concept. That doesn't mean
Yeah,
that
I
red
know. I'm
things
not
don't
arguing
exist.
red. I'm arguing the other concepts.
Yeah, but
mass
that
and
doesn't mean
inertia.
that red things don't exist because
Yeah, I
we have
didn't
a
say
red
they didn't
concept.
exist. I said they're concepts.
You did say mass doesn't exist.
Mass has no physical properties.
Yes, it does.
Where is it?
It's a resistance to acceleration.
There you go. Resistance to it. Resistance isn't a physical quantity.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Can I
It's
measure the
not moving.
resistance of a? Can I measure the
He's
resistance
just
That's
going
not
to say
the
it over and
definition
over
anyway.
again.
Can I
That's
measure
not
He's
the?
just going to say it over and over again.
Can I measure the? Can I
That's
measure the
That's
resistance of a
not the
spring?
definition
Let
anyway.
him finish.
Inertia. You defined inertia. That's it.
Can I
That's not
measure
math.
the resistance of a spring to being compressed?
She knows that you know better than to say the amount of matter. That was your answer for the past 2.5 years. You know better than to say that shit. Now you're going to inertia.
Yes, mass.
Hey, doesn't matter anyway, because it doesn't affect gas entropy one iota.
Gases have mass.
Gases have mass. No, they don't. Mass doesn't exist.
Well, if you want to go with that, be a
Right,
laughing,
go with it.
be a laughing
You haven't
stock.
defined it
Sure,
yet.
go ahead. Be a laughing stock.
Laughing stock. You're the laughing stock. Shoe is a phenomenon with the hypothesis. Fucking shoe. You're the laughing stock, knucklehead. And
Yeah, it's
DNA
fine,
is made of
fine.
proteins. Remember that little gem?
Oh yeah, I made a mistake there.
Clown.
I made a
You're
mistake.
yeah,
Absolutely.
a big mistake. That's not a mistake. Stepping on somebody's foot is a mistake. Claiming that DNA is made of amino acids, that's not a mistake. That's Dunning-Kruger delusional pretender clown.
Unlike you saying that mass does not
Unlike
exist,
you.
gas doesn't have
Hold on.
mass.
Oh no,
So-
this doesn't. Sorry, this doesn't work for me. You're saying that gas has mass, but gas has a vector of all directions, and you're saying mass pulls everything to the center. Hopefully, you're going to say that gravity pulls stuff down, but let's just work on the gas. Gas obviously goes the other way. It's why it's called dispersal, right? And then you stop it with containment. The gas doesn't act upon itself and pull itself back together again. That's ridiculous to say, because that doesn't even
I don't-
fit observation. You're saying
don't
mass has
understand.
gas. Mass,
I don't
Gas has
understand. I
gas
don't
has mass.
understand.
Gas has mass,
Yes, gas has mass.
so it pulls itself together.
It can under the right circumstances. Yes.
Where?
Out in space, for instance, where there's no
No,
other
you
forces.
can't even
When-
demonstrate that to me,
That's
can
not
you?
When there
100%
are
has
when there
mass.
are no other forces acting on it,
That's it, yeah,
gas
entropy.
will coalesce.
Entropy. Do you know what entropy is? Define entropy.
It's the tendency for information to be lost.
No, that's not fucking entropy.
You're talking about high pressure going to low pressure, but in this instance, you're saying that a gas is going to disperse into a low pressure and then go against this fucking directional arrow of entropy and then create energy
There's
and
no-
pressurize itself.
Entropy doesn't have anything to do with mass and gases.
What?
Brenda, did you just say that entropy has nothing to do with gases?
Yes,
It has
she
nothing
did.
to do with this topic, which is whether or
Yes,
not
it
gases have mass. It's unrelated to this topic.
Yeah, mass overcomes the second law of thermodynamics. Then, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, forces could overcome.
What is define entropy, please?
Yeah, I don't have it right to hand, but whatever.
Right, the hand. whatever. It's the main topic. If you don't know what entropy is, that's why you're clusterfucked right now.
No, entropy is not the discussion. The discussion was
Yeah,
whether
it
or not
is.
mass
Yeah, it is.
what mass
talking about-
is, and
hold on.
whether or not
We're
gases
talking about
have
what
mass.
gas does. Hold on. We're talking about what gas does. You're making a declaration about what gas does, contrary to what we actually observe gas fucking doing.
Gases
It's relevant.
gases
Energy.
have mass, therefore they
High
are
pressure.
affected. Jedi, gases have mass.
Oh, show it to me. Show it to me then.
Therefore, they're affected
I
by the
can help you real
gravitational
quick.
field. By the gravitational field
Gravitational
that is
field.
created by the Earth. And if
Really?
ballistics wants to go ahead
Post the equation.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Post the equation for this
We just help.
mass of gas. Go ahead, post it. Let's see.
We can test this. If you feel an
No, let's see
I
the
think-
equation.
hold on. I am
No,
talking.
let's see the
Oh
equation.
no! You're not gonna
No,
bully
yeah,
me.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
talking.
yeah.
Hold on. Let's bring it
I was
back then.
talking.
Roll it
Shut
back
the
down.
fuck up. She
Hold
made a
on.
claim about gravity and a gravitational field attracting gases. Let's see the equation. And then you explain it. That's her claim. Go ahead. I want to see Einstein's field equations with gases right fucking now.
Why? I don't have to dance to your tune.
Oh, so you can't support your bullshit.
Yeah, you do, because we're in the Flat Earth Discord. Thank you.
This is the arena. You have to support everything you say.
Well, then support your claim that gravity doesn't exist.
Gravity doesn't. I don't have to show the non-existence of something. The non-existence of it is the proof of it. You
That's
have
so
to show
funny.
Argument
positive
so
evidence,
funny.
positive proof. You have to scientifically validate gravity.
The non-existence
He puts
of it
it
is the
back
proof
onto
of it.
us.
That's begging the question.
No,
What?
Brenda, you're using an argument from ignorance fallacy. And
Unreal!
You're a
You're
fucking
asking-
clown, man. You're retarded.
Brenda, you're asking to prove something doesn't exist, which is an argument from ignorance. Just
if,
so you know.
if it's a
No, it's
positive
fucking
claim. If
stupid.
you claim that something doesn't exist, that's a
No,
positive
it's
claim.
not.
Yes, it is. It's
Yes,
a
it
No,
is.
it's not,
positive
because you
claim.
haven't proved it yet. You have not proved it at all. So it's
gra-
not a claim.
Gravity is a naturally observed phenomenon.
No, you say it is. You haven't proved anything.
Well, it's a naturally observed phenomenon. We've observed it for
Who
thousands of
banned the
years.
gator? Oh, hold up. Who banned the gator and why? Did he break
Wasn't me.
TOS?
No, he didn't. No one should have banned him. Okay.
No one banned him.
God damn it.
It may have been an accident.
Just
I'll
take
look.
his-
Hold on.
Just,
I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. Hold on.
just take the gladiator roll away. Give him Colosseum seat, and it could.
No,
proceed.
I'll take. I'll take care of it. Hold on.
Okay, thank you. Now, when you walk into a courtroom, let's say, and you're going to prove something, and another person says that doesn't exist, the judge doesn't point at the fucking person who says it doesn't exist and say, show the non-existence because it's fucking non sequitur on steroids. He's going to ask the person that says the positive claim to go ahead and prove it. So, prove gravity. That's Einsteinian gravity, please.
No.
And so, natural phenomena, observe, please.
Gravity is a naturally occurring phenomenon.
So gravity is your naturally occurring phenomenon, and you're trying to prove gravity? That's begging the question.
No, I'm not trying to prove gravity.
Oh, then the conversation's over.
It's simply observed. I don't have to prove it. It's
simply
something that
observed.
everybody. It's something that everybody observes. It's a
Where do we
brute.
observe?
It's a
What-
brute
what?
fact. Gravity.
What do we
is
observe?
We observe that things
Gravity?
fall to the ground.
Okay, then we will say this is what? Apart from relative density, because it's obviously the relationship between the object that we picked up and dropped or let go, apart from that bit, this always happens. So this always happens. And
No, we're not saying that always happens. We just observe the phenomenon that things tend to fall to the ground.
Really? Helium.
Gas doesn't go down.
Gas
Yeah.
doesn't fall down, go boom, boom, go splash,
Wait,
splash.
tend? That's not very scientific.
No,
Heat
it's an
rises.
observation.
Tend.
It's just a general observation. Sure.
Heat rises.
Well, we don't disagree with that. Most things
Yeah,
do
we
go
do.
down.
Yeah,
Some
that's
things go
called
up.
gravity.
Gases don't do
Some
that.
things float. Some things bounce.
No, yeah.
You're still
We
lacking
don't
the
agree with that.
cause.
So
Yeah,
What's
so
up?
some things bounce, and we can explain why they bounce.
Some
It's
things
because,
bounce.
it's because they're
Oh my
elastic, right?
God.
A
Who
rubber ball
observes
bounces
this
because it's
imaginary force in nature?
rubber balls bounce
are you going to
because they're
scientifically
elastic.
validate this disheveled monkey or what?
I'm already confused. What is
Listen.
gravity? Is gravity the phenomena or the cause of the phenomena? What?
Gravity is the
listen.
phenomenon, and then the theory
Listen,
is
you
about the
gave us
cause
the
of the
law.
phenomenon.
You gave us the law which states that when things go up, they fall down at a certain rate, and asserted it proves the theory. So the theory and the law differ. The law makes no attempt to prove causation. The theory is an explanation trying to prove causation. So don't say no, they don't differ. Laws and theories do differ.
Yeah, the
So
laws
just
and
because
theories,
we
of course.
observe things, just because we observe things that fall, doesn't mean your theory has explained the causation.
Well, that's fine. Yes.
And you wrap this causation around everything and call it a force. When we ask for practical demonstration, you go back to the law, reapply. Things fall, don't they?
No. Not everything.
That's right.
The
So
reason
we're waiting
that
for
some
scientific
things,
validation of this fairy tale. Gravity doesn't have anything to do with entropy from gases, by the way.
yeah, gravity is why entropy is your argument from entropy is nullified.
Really?
Because
So
it imparts
gravity, your fairy
imparts-
tale gravity nullifies fucking the second law of thermodynamics. Can you post
Yes.
a citation in here stating
Well,
that?
it imparts
Please.
a vector. It
Thank you.
imparts
No, you're going to do it.
It
That's your
imparts-
last statement.
it
You're going to
imparts
fucking
a
do it. I don't
vector.
want to hear anything from your
Very
mouth.
simple. It imparts.
You're going to do it right now. I want to see gravity violates the second law of thermodynamics because you're
No,
done.
it doesn't
We're tired of listening to
violate
your
it.
bullshit.
It doesn't violate.
You just
it,
make
it,
shit up.
It counters.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a law if it violated it.
It imparts a vector to gases.
Do you have a problem with that, Jedi?
No problem at all.
Because she's just wasting our time. Her last claim, well, all of her claims were absolute abject buffoonery. But that last one, that gravity violates the second law of thermodynamics, we're going to need a citation for
doesn't-
that. No more stories.
it
We need
doesn't-
citation and a fucking example.
It doesn't.
Yeah, I'm all
violate.
up for fucking demonstrations. Ballistics, have you got any demonstrations of gas going away? What behind it was big?
Hey guys, I'm live on YouTube, just so you know.
Hey, what up, YouTube? Welcome
Beautiful.
to the 24/7 Flat Earth Discord arena.
Hey, YouTube.
Shit goes down.
YouTube. Get stuff! Okay, we're ready.
If anyone wants to jump in and share the link, I'm a little
Ow! Ow!
Go ahead and share the link in my chat, guys. If you could, I'll make you a moderator so the link goes through if you need to.
Cheers, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you for that.
So we're still waiting. We got one block message. This might have no. I see how this goes. That's not a citation. We need a citation supporting your last claim, where you said gravity violates the second law of thermodynamics. So we need to see that. You ain't gonna speak. Somebody took her off. Who took her off mute?
Probably Mike. Probably.
Mike.
Yeah. Well, hold up. All right, muter. The citation is necessary because we're not going to debate assertions.
Yes.
So when you give a citation, we can attack the citation and not you.
Yes.
So the citation is fundamental to the debate and the assertion. Otherwise, it's just words. Words
Exactly.
not backed by proofs. They're just
Exactly.
words and they can be thrown out without proof. So
Exactly.
the citation helps you.
Yeah. A citation and a demonstration of how that citation. You're not going to ever post a citation anyway because nobody's stupid enough to write any fuckwittery like that. I'm sorry, Nathan. That's going to get your video demonetized. I'll try to clean it up.
My whole channel's been demonetized with one strike over 6 years, so you know how that goes.
With one
So we're good.
Yeah, we're good, fam. I do what I want, dude. I'm not
They
constrained
put
with
the
this.
one-hitter quitter on him. You
Yeah,
two
people-
knocked Nathan out. Censorship, what you talking about?
Small hats don't run my life, bro, and neither does Clown Buck.
Hey, send them liberals a plate of brownies, dog. You'll get your shit back. Bet.
So she never claimed what you said. No, that's what you said. Everyone heard it. That's why I stopped you.
Yeah, you stopped me before I could complete my sentence.
No. What's your
Well,
sentence?
Yeah. What's your sentence?
Go ahead.
that gravity imparts a vector to gases that counters, right?
Flaming gravity.
Its expansion that you claim is in line with the
That
second
violates
law.
the second law of thermodynamics.
No,
Can
that's
you
not a
show me that?
violation. That's not a
Can you?
violation.
That's not so. Nuh-uh. Here we are with our yaha and nuh-uhs.
QE, do you think airplanes violate
Shut
the
the
law of gravity?
fuck up. Post the citation in here right
Airplanes
now.
are
Or you're
powered.
We're talking about gas, not aeroplanes.
And they
We're not
don't.
talking about something travelling through gas. We're talking about how you have the gas pressure in the first
Airplane run
place.
out of fuel? Does the airplane run out of fuel?
You claim that gravity's got a vector of down and that this has an effect on gas because it's mass. Can you demonstrate to us gas not going away because of a big quote-unquote mass underneath or behind it, as in opposite to its direction of first travel, away
Right.
from it?
You were on it. You were on it initially, Jedi, because you said that even if you invoked mass as one vector, that goes against typical gas behavior when gases have every conceivable vector. So
Yeah, I know.
right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking for the demonstration of what obviously never fucking happens.
You know what I picture every time we have this argument is a guy that can't keep a hold of a fish because it's flopping around and
Yeah, except this time fish is gas.
yeah, it keeps popping out of his hands and he catches it again on a different
I
vector.
think it's Nathan characterized this as globnesia from the previous statements.
Pretty much.
So what? I don't know, Jedi. You asked her that question a long time when I first came in here. You stated that, and we got by that for some reason. But I don't know. Do you want to discuss? That's very important, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Okay,
It's
there
always
you go.
important because we're always talking about what gas does, and Brenda's coming along and telling us that gas has got a magical property like everything else has, because matter has also got mass, and of course mass pulls everything towards it. So I don't know. It gives a direction of travel towards the biggest fucking thing. But
Yeah,
this
one
is not what. Yeah, one vector down in this case. But this is not what the freely traveling gas does above the surface of the Earth.
That
The only
doesn't.
way that, no.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you're right. I'm just going to say that the only way that at the end of the story, if we want to keep the gas anywhere, we've got to physically contain it, because observably and demonstratively, gas isn't attracted to big things. It's contained. That's it.
Yeah, gases are contained by the field of the gravitational field created by the Earth.
There we go
Yeah.
again. Go back to the vectors.
Now we're in
Yeah, vectors
Gravity is God.
Vectors add together, don't they, QE?
Vectors add together. You got one vector for gravity. That's it.
That's a
Gases have
theoretical
and
proposition,
the-
though.
And the
Don't
gas-
overtalk me. I said that you said that gases have one vector. You said yes, because everyone knows that.
No, gases have kinetic energy. They can be going in all kinds of vectors.
Okay, all kinds of vectors, and gravity has how many vectors?
In a gravitational field, there would be one direction, which would be.
There you go. So you just contradicted yourself. Thank you very much.
No, so it would simply
Yeah,
add.
yes.
It would add to all the vectors
Yes,
of
there's
all
no
the
adding.
molecules of gas that
There's
are in
no
the
adding.
volume.
It has one vector towards the center of the
Yeah.
Earth. You just
It would
contradicted
be
yourself.
added to the vector that each
Somebody
molecule
have
of gas
don't
has.
fucking add. You can't add anyway. Number one, you just contradicted yourself. You said gases or gravity has one vector, but gases have multiple vectors. Do you see the contradiction there?
No, there's not a
But,
contradiction.
of course you don't.
I see the.
because you're
I
a
see
moron.
it. Just so you know, Brenda, I see the contradiction because you're saying it moves down and it moves omnidirectional in all directions. So if you don't understand that, you're not even here right now.
A volume of gas will have all the gas molecules going in many different directions with many different velocities.
That's many different vectors.
Right.
Yes, that's many different vectors, and gravity has one vector. You already said that.
Right.
And
right.
Brenda
I
said
agree
volume,
with that. I
too,
agree with
which
all of
assumes
that.
You agree with that? Those two are mutually. You're holding two mutually exclusive truths at the
They're
same
not
time.
exclusive. They're not.
They're not. No. So nuh-uh, right?
Because you just add the gravitational
Fuck
vector
you're
to
adding.
each.
You're a dipshit.
to each
Shut
and-
up. Add that. You're a fucking moron. We already know it. Everyone knows it. I mean, we're just playing. This is just like leaving the
You
fucking
add
wolf
the
pups out. to play
gravitational
with you.
vector to each and every
Gravitational field is theoretical
molecule
proposition.
of the
Yeah, and
gas.
gravity. We already showed that gravity doesn't fucking exist anyway. And it doesn't. Even if it did, it wouldn't have any effect on entropy whatsoever.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So you're done. We're just wasting our time here. Anyone else up for the challenge? Anyone else want to carry it? Gravity, which type, and scientifically validate it for us. You don't have to. Just go get it because gravity's been around for a long time, right? You'd figure that somebody's scientifically validated.
I'll take on the champ if we can debate ham sandwich versus turkey sandwich, Swiss versus American.
Nah, put them all together. Fuck that.
Just add them. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
So
just add 'em.
we could have an omnidirectional meat field, multi-layered cheese generator.
So Jedi, was that
yeah.
unfair? She didn't support anything that she fucking said. This is ridiculous, man.
No, it's always where we're going to get to. At least a citation, at least a demonstration.
Well, we know where the field theory comes from, right?
Field theory? What field theory?
Gravitational field theory.
Gravitational field theory? What the fuck?
Well, that she's applying to the single vector as if it's going to be omnidirectional all the way around.
I never heard of the gravitational field. I may have to continue my continuing education credits. Maybe
Education.
Yeah, so basically she's saying it's exponential downward vector in 360 degrees.
Field theory.
Because of this theoretical field.
In physics, a gravitational. Oh, it's a model. Ha!
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yes.
So it's a reification fallacy. In other words.
Yes.
If you're using it as a proof, yes.
In its original concept, gravity was a force between point mass. No, not anymore. Not after 105 years now. I mean, we're kind of moved on from that. It seems like somebody else hasn't been collecting those continuing education credits for about a fucking century.
Why are you opposed to models in science, Q?
Somebody missed the memo.
in science. Oh, God, here we go on another topic.
We're not opposed to models. Next question.
What's a scientific model? Can you define it for us?
It's just a system that represents something, like the map versus the territory.
It has a specific definition. You should
Yeah,
know
can
that.
you
This is
cite those-
science? Science is specific.
Yep. Can you post that for us, please?
It's just something that makes something else.
We want a citation.
understandable.
Please.
It has models have explanatory power.
Yeah, that's right. That's what Wiki says. Please post a citation.
Right.
Scientific model. Thank you.
You guys seen my evidence to show that gas has a mass?
Oh my God!
Shut the fuck up.
It's just
We're
a
waiting for
representation. It's just a
model.
way of representing something. Like I said,
Would
a
you post
map.
the citation, please?
A
We're in here
map,
3 times.
like a
So,
map
post the
versus
citation,
the
please.
territory.
Please post a citation, please. Scientific model.
Yeah, that's
Not
fine,
a
but-
one-way model, not a computer
Models have
model. A
requirements.
scientific model, please.
Yeah.
Who fucking keeps over talking me?
Everyone.
Oops.
So it's simple, right? You said a model. I said scientific model. You said yes. So post a citation of a scientific model. We want to see it.
I got 70 viewers on the YouTube waiting for it.
Of course, I already got it right here, just waiting for you. You want me to post it so we can just end it quick?
Oh, he posted something.
Who did?
Ballistics.
How much does a propane tank weigh? I don't think that's a scientific model.
So ballistic.
That
Gas has mass.
shows that propane has weight. Seen as
What?
a
No,
gas.
no. We're not talking about. You don't know what mass is. He definitely doesn't. We are on scientific
Excuse
model.
me? I don't know what mass
Excuse
is.
you. Yeah, we already did.
Excuse
Shut the
me?
fuck up. Stop interrupting my conversation.
Hold up. Can I
Hey.
cover that real quick, Quantum? So, propane in a tank, that's not a demonstration of what gas does. It's in liquid form in a tank. It's 2 different states of matter.
Thanks, Mike.
I put them on to bed really quickly then, didn't it?
Yeah, that ended quick. So we're back on scientific models. We're waiting for your citation, Brenda.
I just want to know what your opposition is to them.
Opposition is to what?
Representing ideas and concepts and theories.
With what you said, I don't have to present anything. You just making shit up.
It's not that we're against them. We don't view them as a 100% concrete reality when we see them for what they actually are.
All right, let's end it real
Well,
quick.
nobody
because
thinks
I'm
that
bored.
models are the things that they model.
All right, so let's go with.
Apparently you do.
No, I
So,
don't.
Mike, at 50 minutes after the hour, I'd like to direct everyone's attention to Flat Earth Arena Tech. Like I said, 5-0 after the hour. This is from Indiana State University, and it's from the chemistry department. And I quote, "The important point that Becker introduced is that the explanation of a natural phenomena, i.e. model or theory," yeah, that's another subject, but I digress, "must be testable by experimentation. In other words, once a model is proposed as an explanation of a phenomena, it can only be considered a scientific model if it can be objectively tested by experiment." So, natural phenomena observed, please. Gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
Right, and it's been tested. The
Okay,
model,
let's go.
The model has been
What
tested.
has? What has?
The
So,
model. The
all right.
model.
Confirm the
was
model.
tested.
Confirm the model by experimentation. Natural phenomena observed. We're looking for a dependent variable.
Next will be in the citation for cause and effect through experimentation.
Well, there have been many tests of general relativity, like
Did it correlate cause with effect?
Hold on a second, Mike. She's going to give it to us. I've asked you 3 times now. Please provide the observed natural phenomena, the dependent variable. We're going step by step like we did 35 other times over the past year and 85 times over the second year and 100 times before that. So it's about, 250 times that I've debunked this bullshit with you. But we'll go ahead and do it again for Nathan's audience. So, natural phenomena observed. We're going to prove general relativity right now.
Thank you.
oh, sure, the gravitational redshift of light as it moves.
Gravitational redshift of light. You're trying to prove
As-
gravity. You have that in your naturally observed phenomena. That's begging the question.
No, this is a test. So,
Yes.
So this is a test. So yes, the
It's
model
not
would
an
be in the
experiment
test.
right now. Dependent variable, please.
What's
Dependent variable. Your naturally observed phenomena. It can't be your cause because I'm looking for the effect.
Yep, Brenda, what do we
The
see?
dependent variable would be the amount of redshift in photons
Amount
leaving
of-
the Earth.
Of Lemaitre's redshift. Lemaitre's Jesuit priest redshift.
I see
Okay.
that all the time. I see it all the time, guys.
Amount of Lemaitre's redshift. Let me put in Jesuit priest. Jesuit priest. Okay. And what's your independent variable?
That would be the cause, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be the gravitational field.
You can't have your cause as the independent. That's what you're trying to prove?
Yeah, the cause is the gravitational field, right?
Well, what you're trying to prove is gravity. So, okay, let's go with it. Independent variable. I'm going to write it down.
Well,
So, what is it again?
We're not really trying to prove gravity. We're testing the model. We're testing the model.
What are we doing?
Now you're not trying to prove it
So
anymore,
the
Brenda.
model-
You just told us this was the proof.
So when you test a model,
Independent. Listen. We already debunked the model. We're trying to get to where it is a model. So, independent variable, please.
so QE, when you test a model, you assume it's
You're not
true,
testing a model.
and
You
then
have to have a
test-
model first. Remember, I just read. You want me to read the definition of a model again?
It's a representation.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's a representation.
So, yaha. I
that's
just
what it is.
debunked that. Let me read it again. I'd like to point everyone's attention to 50 minutes after the hour. We're going to define scientific model again. Here we go. Indiana University Chemistry Department. The important point that Becker introduced is that the explanation of a natural phenomena, i.e. model, must be testable by experimentation. In other words, once a model is proposed, like you just did, as an explanation of a phenomena, it can only be considered a scientific model if it can be objectively tested by experiment. So, independent variable for the amount of Lemaitre Jesuit priest redshift.
The independent variable is the gravitational field.
Gravitational field. Let's go with it because you don't understand what a begging the question is. Gravitational field. So that means your hypothesis is for gravity. Oh shit! I hit caps lock. Give me a second.
You're going to manipulate the gravitational field of the Earth?
Oh, that was my punchline.
No, we're going to manipulate the distance. We're going to manipulate the distance of the photon from the gravitational field.
Now we're into the definition of experimentation in variables.
Because the gravitational field varies with the inverse square. CJ1.
So, gravitational field. Gravitational
correlate cause with effect. You have to manipulate the
field causes Lemaitre's Jesuit priest redshift. That's your hypothesis. So you have to be able to vary and manipulate the independent variable. That's gravity.
Field. I.e. the field.
Yep.
May the force be with you.
Yep.
Live long and prosper.
Yep. So you gotta vary and manipulate that which you're attempting to prove. No. That's a begging the question fallacy, but we'll have you go ahead. Can you show us a gravitational field?
So we have a model for that, and we test the model.
I don't say you have a model for the hypothesis.
No. So we test the way we test it is by varying the distance of the photon from
distance is not an independent variable, and that's not what you're attempting to prove.
You can vary distance. And
so that distance isn't in your field, in your hypothesis. Your independent variable or dependent variable.
The wavelength varies with the
intensity. Wavelength of what? Distance?
The wavelength of the photon varies with the intensity.
What the fuck are you talking about?
The wavelength of the photon varies with the intensity of the gravitational field.
Photon in this.
Wait,
it doesn't have a wavelength, you dipshit. It's not a wave. We're off on.
Yes.
Do you have like a 19 physics, like 1956 physics glossary, and you're just poking
1880
drives and then dot it and then just say words?
Does light have frequency?
What's up with you? We have your dependent variable, the amount of Lemaitre's Jesuit priest redshift. The independent variable is gravitational field. Now, you're attempting to prove general theory of relativity, which is gravity. So overall, this is a begging the question fallacy on nuclear steroids. Overall, there's nowhere for you to go. You're finished. It's over. This is a joke. You'd fail 5th grade general science, by the way.
Does light have a frequency, QE?
We're not talking about light.
I am.
We're not.
Light. Yep.
That's what redshift is talking about, is the frequency of light.
Redshift is talking about, really?
Yes, redshift is talking about the frequency of light.
Frequency, so it has a wavelength, right?
Oh, yeah.
Really? So one photon has a wavelength. Do you know how wavelength and frequency are contrived?
Yeah.
Can you give me the wavelength and the frequency of one photon?
Wavelength is measured from crest to crest, right?
Yeah. Really? Just one photon?
Yes.
Really? Show us.
I can't show you a photon.
It's theoretical.
No, I didn't ask you to. I didn't ask that, you fucking dweeb. I asked you to show the wavelength and frequency of one photon, not the photon.
Photons have a frequency.
Photons! I said photon! Do you
Yeah,
know
every
the difference
photon
between
has a
singular and
frequency.
plural? Do you know the difference between singular and plural?
Yes, I do. And
Photon.
yes, I
You
do.
said photon and then you changed it to photons. How is the wavelength and frequency derived for light?
You
If you don't
measure
know
it,
it, you're going on mute.
you measure it from crest to crest of the
Wrong.
wavelength.
That's the wrong answer. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just making shit up. This is another DNA is made of amino acids. I've had enough of your bullshit. You're way off the topic. You didn't form a valid hypothesis. Your independent variable was a mitigating train wreck of a disaster, dumpster fire. All this is bullshit, including
Brandon.
your redshift, which I
Brandon.
debunked like 5 years ago.
You
So
still think
you're done.
you still think every atom is a clock, Brenda?
Yeah. What? Hey, Brenda. Brenda, what time is sulfur?
Yes, every atom experiences time.
No, you said every atom was a clock.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what you
yes,
said.
they are.
Yes,
Clock.
they are. That's
Yes.
about enough that we had.
Yeah,
That's
they
it.
are. What?
It was about to
Come
get
on,
good
man.
there.
Okay, ballistic. What you got? Can you scientifically validate gravity for us, ballistic?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
I didn't think you could. Thank you.
He didn't want to debate me earlier about orbits either. He declined. that
Oh, come on, you little weasel. I was talking to you about it. You're the one who left.
debate. What do you mean? I asked for a debate and you declined, and you said I was.
Not about
denying-
orbits. You moved into like some thermodynamic
1v1.
crap and
1v1. What's up?
1v1.